Ah, greetings, salutations, and welcome back to a neighborhood without dogs, hopefully, and another video in our ownership series of this Mercedes-Benz C280 Auto Elegance. This one will deal with like collectability and living with the car, but I think we should run the intro first. Go. Okay, first point. Is the W202 a rare car? No, not even slightly. They made about 1.6 million sedans. So no, the W202 is not rare. Okay, so what about a facelift C280? No, also not. They made about 40,000 of them, so it's not really collectible or rare. Aha, but what about a last model year Titanite Red C280 Auto Elegance with the self-opening center cubbyhole lid? Yeah, eventually, but not in this condition with this mileage. I also have a C43 AMG with great spec, but very high mileage, and that's not collectible. Because, trust me, collectors only want super garage queens with no mileage. Case in point, on the Mercedes-Benz Club WhatsApp group, there was someone saying, oh, I need one of these coupes, does anyone have one for sale? And some old guy, some old gent went, yeah, I've got one. And everyone went, oh, that's nice, what do you want for it? And he said, oh, it's got 71,000 Ks, which is like less than 40,000 miles. Like a pack of wolves on a three-legged cat. That guy was almost torn to shreds, and that car was sold within minutes. If I put this on, actually I have been promoting this to all my friends and family, and they all go, oh, look at that pretty birdie. Nobody wants a car like this in this condition with this mileage, so no. Okay, as for general W202 collectability, you have to treat it like any other previous old Mercedes. You either get a really, really good one, pay a lot of money for it, but you enjoy the simplicity and the relaxed drive. The Germans call it Entschleunigen, which is like deceleration. It'll decelerate your life and calm everything down. It's beautiful, trust me. Or you can get a slightly ropey one, like this. Maniac! I have that on film. Are we 4K? Mr. Ed, can you please check his number plate? No, okay, I mustn't be that guy. Retake. Or you can get a slightly ropey one, like this one, in a spec that you like, in a color with the features that you want, but then you have to be prepared to spend on it. You'll see what we had to do, and there's also a cost breakdown in a previous video of this series. Or, even better, you can get the cheapest one you can find, running and driving, and then rent your little heart out. If you know how to do this, if you have mechanical inclination, if you can fix stuff yourself, it's highly rewarding working on these cars. Then I wanted to mention the small but dedicated Global 202 fan base. He's one of them. I think overseas it is dwindling because these cars have unfortunately rusted away and they've been driven to destruction. There's quite a massive local 202 fan base because these cars are cheap as chips and you can keep them running on a tight budget, which unfortunately also means they're being driven into the ground here, but we have more of them surviving because we have less rust. I don't want to go into too much detail about the W202 because we intend to do a full documentary in the near future. And please let us know in the comments if we should hurry up because it is coming. Alright, as for living with it, it's a 90s Mercedes. So at this point they're all around 25 to 30 years old. Keep that in mind. They've got a decent level of modern tech, so most of them will have ABS and airbags, central locking, so it actually makes a great daily. As mentioned before, there's no fancy or costly stuff like Airmatic air suspension, DCT, double clutch, weird gearboxes, hybrids, batteries, nothing like that. They are fairly easy and relaxing to drive because they have no annoying driver aids, no bings and bongs. The seatbelt light will come on and then go off at some point. There are no screens or multiple menus and missing volume knobs, nothing like that. It's an old school, proper, slightly boring, but sensible car. And I absolutely love that about them. Which means it's really simple, or stupid if you like, when you compare it to new cars. I need to explain at this point why there are 4 skid marks in my carport and which car made them. So my notes are telling me I must now tell you that anecdote. I had a Chinese crossover hybrid thing, and every time I wanted to reverse it and I opened the door, the car would fly into a hissy fit and put the parking brake on. And then I would try and reverse it and open the window or the door at the same time, and it would even put it into park and bing and bong and scream at me. And eventually I got it to sort of where I wanted it, and I wanted to move it forward. There was quite a bit of space in front of me, and the car had locked itself into all sorts of modes, and eventually I got it into drive again because the gear lever is like a thing that you have to learn first. And I think the parking brake was on, or the auto hold, but by that time I'd lost my temper, so I floored it, and it did a front wheel burnout. It was a front wheel drive car, and dragged the back wheels, so I skidded while doing a burnout. So there are now 4 skid marks in my carport because the car would not allow me to drive it. It was telling me how I should drive it or how I should park it, and I'm sorry, I'm a grumpy old man and I hate that car, and I love those 4 skid marks. And every single day that I drive this car, I reverse with the door open, and if I crash it, I crash it, and it's on me, and nobody can sue me because I'm an idiot and I crashed the car. Thank you. Okay, as for driving a W202, it's quite wooden or numb when compared to a modern C-Class, but it also feels more substantial, better built. It does creak and rattle a little bit, but not as much as a new car. I must say that. To be fair. The steering and handling is soft and spongy. So it's not sporty, but it is comfy. It is on the comfortable, relaxed side of driving. You can rush these along, but they don't like it. If you push too hard, a 202 will give you snap oversteer. Ask me how I know that. I'll just mention the place, Merriman Circle in Stellenbosch. Anyway, it is better to drive than a W123 or 124 because it is slightly more modern, but it is miles away from a W204 or a 212. It is not as dynamic and as exciting or as direct as one of those newer cars. The brakes are acceptable for daily use, but they will not cope with hard driving or track driving. If you do track time in this car on lap 2, your brakes will be wobbling, smoking and fading. The visibility and the turning radius are excellent, especially by today's standards. You've got nice big windows, you can see the truck coming and everything. It's brilliant. That is one of the things I love about them as well. The seats are firm yet supportive. I've had quite a few of these, and you can do long distance without getting tired or having backache. The rear is a bit tight. It is a C-Class, and it is still the first generation C-Class, if you like, so it is a bit tight back there. And tall drivers, although I have enough headroom, my knees are sort of around the steering wheel. You'll be just okay, my notes are saying. Now, boot space is good. Okay, it's acceptable. There's a full-size spare wheel, which is very important in Southern Africa. And you know what? Just wait for our full W202 documentary, where we'll dive into all the dimensions and specs and sizes and give you more of an impression. Okay, the design or the exterior, in my opinion, is sober yet elegant, boring yet sensible, staid but classy. It's old school, It looks decent. No, I wouldn't say it's aged well, but here comes a new Mercedes, and they all have these big, shouty grills, and the bottom feeder, those two, all cars have that. You know, those aggressive bumpers and everything. Oh, he's even slowing down for us. Because there's a lorry reversing towards us. Oh, thank you for stopping. It is a boring but sensible design. That's how I would follow it up. Thanks for stopping. Okay, servicing or maintenance is fairly straightforward. Most items are still available, either from the OEM or aftermarket suppliers. Scrap and donor cars are fairly plentiful, especially in our area, and parts are reasonably priced, I find. So I would say right now is the best time to get into a W202. This is regional. I don't know what it's like in your area, but if you live in Southern Africa and you're thinking of getting one, do it right now. Right now, before they get destroyed or the prices go up. Servicing, maintenance. Oh yes. Then there's that whole EV craze in the Northern Hemisphere. Well, what's that all about, especially in Europe? Listen, we down here had a good laugh about it and then carried on with our daily lives because we like sensible old cars. And although I like EVs and we have abundant sunshine, we don't have the infrastructure. We cannot mobilize so many people. They are horribly expensive. Nobody can afford them down here, pretty much nobody. So no. I like EVs, but I prefer W202s. And if you do too, and you live in Europe or somewhere in the Northern Hemisphere, get yourself a good rust-free or mostly rust-free W202 as quickly as you can. Because they'll soon be banned. They'll all rust away or they're being crushed. And maybe you're sick of screens and seatbelt bongs and self-guided voice mitigation, which is why you need a W202 in your life. My recommendation, I would go for a late model 6-cylinder in a freaky color with a self-opening central cubbyhole lid, obviously. Thanks so much for watching. See you on the next one. Bye. Did I have a matric dance curl in my hair this entire time I was filming? I probably did. Thank you. Goodbye.